Hello, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Sorry about keeping you waiting. Nikki says, Dobrovice. Dobre bien. No, half French, half. uh, mm, wait, what's the Dobrovice? Spasiba. Большое спасибо. Says Mehran, hope you had a wonderful Saturday and you're doing well. Well, I hope I'm doing well. We went for a bike, and that was a nice, hard bike to the mountain. And I think it was maybe 2 hours up and down, up and down. Then I came home and I went and got some water and stuff, carrying it up a little bit uphill. So I think I'm just pooped. Because my heart rate was not its normal low, even though I came back an hour ago. But I went to do some shopping and some, I don't know, about maybe 3, 4, 5, and 4. 9 kilo, 20 pounds carried that. It's no big deal, but I think I was just pooped. And probably that takes time to come down. All right. So Gavin says, hello, Mehran, male 27 USA. I got sad for a second and thought he's not coming online tonight. Oh, no, I had put it on to come, but I was just checking my blood pressure and just, I guess we all check sometimes. And Gavin says, anyways, welcome. How was your biking with your son? Oh, it was great, amazing, beautiful road to the mountain, but it was tough. I'd gone there once before last year, but not this year. And I hadn't done any exercises past a long time in that kind. So it was not easy, but hey, put it through. Oh. Ah, good for you, Nikki. I went for 2 hours walk, hike in the sunshine. Oh, that's nice. It was wonderful. I rolled my ankle. Oh, that's not good. A bit. And it hurts like like a mother. Oh, so you got you got that side of you too, Nikki, huh? You can really dish it out. And this is waiting for the Bath and Body Works semi-annual sale to start at midnight. Oh, really? With that rolled ankle? Well, I'm officially pooped. Just, it was a great workout. But I hadn't done any sport for just a few couple of weightliftings, but for past 3-4 months it was like but non-stop. I did get off the bike once because it was really uphill and I just didn't have it, so I walked about maybe 50-meter max with it, and then mounted again. But and I had my backpack. I had about maybe what is it, 5 kilo in there. Maybe 6 pounds or more, a little bit. So it was kind of an extra weight. Oh yeah. Well, it was not sunny there because it was between all the trees and there was a paved path for the bikers, all bikes, just everybody bike, either on foot or bike. But I don't think last time I was this pooped. This time, funny enough, I thought I was in better shape this time than last time. But I can feel it now. All I want is just I just have room service for food and watch something. And Gavin says, no, Licky, no. Okay, you're talking to Licky. And and Gavin says, I think Mehran forgot. Sagata says, Mail 31 India, how was your day, sir? Thank you, Sagata. It was good. I'm just totally, spent. and and Gavin says, Kai's home, Mehran. Oh, completely forgot that. Kai's ho double A something. I don't remember. Needs kind of work. TD says, good evening, sir. Male 19 Assam. Oh, hello there. And Gavin says, Canada is beautiful when it comes to nature. Oh, yeah, it is. And he says, Tennessee is beautiful as well, but live in the city. Lol, not much here in the city. Yeah, well, this was it was towards the mountain. You're going up the mountain, a special area. It's not the city anymore, but it's about 20 minutes drive from my home with no traffic to get there. And then you park the car and you get on the bikes and then go for as long as you want. Nikki says, Mehran, you and I are in the same boat right now. Right about now. Oh, yeah. I'm telling you. I'm sitting here. I mean, I went on, because I said, well, I'm always in a good shape, but let's see. How's the blood pressure? Or the pulse? And then it came down, to a reasonable number. Because I usually don't expect my heart rate to be more than 65, 70, maximum 75. For about 10, 15 minutes was like 97, 95 when I came back from the shopping after the biking. So I like to be Superman all the time. And Roller Girl says, hi, Mehran. Did you get your ears lowered? Yeah, I did. Haircut. Looks good. Well, you don't know. That's why I said yesterday in the live talk, I said I went to visit my mom, and after that I went to visit my son because we were all there together. And then everybody left to do something, and my son and I were at his place, and he said, Dad, what is this? Come on, let me shave it. It looks like Dr. Emmett Brown in Back to the Future. I said, yeah, it's all right. I'm getting used to it. He said, no. Let me do it like when you were in the military. Just, cut it short and it'll be easy and it'll be fun. I said, okay. But we laughed our heads off while he was doing it, because then he started with, higher number, and then he went lower, and he says, oh, I messed it up in the back, Dad, so why don't I just go? I said, no, leave it, it's okay. He says, no, I gotta fix it. So he went even lower with his machine, lower number. So pretty much skin. I've got nothing left up there And we laughed our heads off. So, but it's very breezy up there. Yeah, if I take my hat off, it's like, ooh, breeze going. Boy, I'm pooped. And this is from Crystal, 55 Vegas. Hello, Crystal, dear. Nikki says, Mehran, you and I are in the. Oh, yeah, I read that one. And then, oh, yeah, we are, sure. Sagota says, Keisei Ho App. Yeah, thank you. Kevin taught you that the yes means how are you. Yes, I couldn't forget the app. I don't know the answer, though. The answer means what? Good or how? What's the answer? What's the response? When somebody says Keisei Ho App. Gavin says, what's that place called, Mehran? Is it a special mountain? Actually, I don't know the name of it. All I know is in the North Shore. And I gotta ask my son. I don't know the name of it, but it's where the bikers go. Everybody's a bike, either on foot or bike. But it's a mountain. Like you go up. It's paved, but no cars. It's all just bikes. Donna says, a female, 43, Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. Have a job interview tomorrow. I'm very nervous. Any advice for me? Yes, do not be nervous. You walk in there like you own the place. Like they would be stupid if they don't hire you. You're pleasant and you have a smile on, but don't be there like if you were asking him to give you a job. Be there to do an interview because you want to qualify them. That's the attitude you want to have. You're pleasant, you're cooperating, you're answering their questions, but your energy should not be, oh, I really want this, please, please. No. Just poke a face. And they usually ask you, are you looking at other places? Well, yes, I am, but I am having my eyes set on this one. Should you feel the same way? That's it. Just let them know that you're not just hanging around. Roller Girl says, liked. Oh, thank you very much. Rita says, hi all, nice haircut. Yeah, you haven't seen anything. What are you talking about? It looks when I have my hat on. Oh man, I'm gonna take a nap right here. Well, if you didn't have any live talk tomorrow, you guys can assume I'm dead. Yeah, you can imagine them in their underwear, but if you laugh too hard, they may not hire you. So, uh, Donna says, okay. Rita, are you also in Australia? Are you? What happened to your protocol? I forgot where you are. Looks good, sir. Well, thank you, Roller Girl. I appreciate that. And Gavin says, answer is me thik ho. Me thik ho. I'm fine. Me means me, I. Thik ho. Thick must be fine. Am must be ho. I, me, am ho, fine. Thick. I'm fine. Me thick ho. What was that one? Yeah. Sagota says, I'm good, fine. Min thick ho. And Steven says, good evening, Mehran. Good evening, Steven. Male 40, Los Angeles. Donna says, Roller Girl says, Donna, I have a question for them that you are interested to know. Yeah, good. That's a good idea. Yeah, Donna. Couple of questions about them, about how is whatever the project they have, or how do they do this, or how do they, something that gets them to see that you're interested, at least. Whether they answer you or not, that's beside the point. Mm-hmm. Okay. And Sagata says, okay, talking to Gavin. Rita says female, 49, New York City. Oh, far away from Australia. Says, so I saw that my ex's maternal grandmother had passed away today. So I crafted a condolences email to him. I haven't reached out to him since early March. Your thoughts? I post no question. I pose no questions, just paid my respect. That's very nice. Did you guys have a bad breakup? Like you guys were on negative terms? Like, was it nasty? Words, negative words uttered toward each other? And Steven says, what do you think about saving old birthday cards from loved ones or anything of that nature? I usually just throw them out, but thought maybe it's something I should keep. Keep for what? If you guys get back together, which I doubt it, which you shouldn't want. If it's you're talking about girlfriend boyfriend stuff, then you'll start another. What's the use of having those anyhow? What does it do? It was important that day. After that, so she said this to me one day, 1,000 years from now. You wouldn't even care. You would just care about what that day is happening. So throw them all out. Free yourself. And Rita says, yes, it ended not so nicely. I cut him off and blocked. We work in the same industry. Yeah, okay, then you don't have to call him then. Just send him an email, that's enough. Because you definitely want to move on. You don't want anything back. So then the email is good enough. David's male 25 Dallas. Hello, David. I can see how slow I read. And says, no, I was talking about family. Oh, about family. Well, yeah, there's no reason to throw them out. It's hard to throw them out. Like, I have some things from my father, maybe some birthday cards, and it's always heartwarming because there's nothing negative in them. But then again, if it's so many, and I don't know, it doesn't take that much space. You can keep it if they're not alive. But if they're alive, well, you can maybe keep the most recent one, and the very old ones you can throw out, because later on you're not going to read it, and if you do, you're just going to weep, and what's the use for that? Steven says, I'm over my ex, Mehran. Well, that's my boy. You can relax now. You can relax, no problem. He said he's over his ex now. Yeah, take it easy now. He is very sensitive about you. Whenever I say your name, it just jumps up. So he heard you say that you're over your ex, so therefore the ugly stick is now calming down. And Rita says, oh, you're talking to Steven? TD says, sir, I've been struggling to write poetry lately. Like the words don't flow out as easy as they used to. Any advice? Not really. Just read some poetry, so that'll kind of put you in the rhythm of it, and you get ideas how they flow. It's like training, you know. It brings you more vocabulary that you could use, and that'd be fine. And sometimes you can go blank, like something that you were good at. Some days you're not really good at it. That's okay. Don't push it. And some other days, but one thing is, when you're sitting and doing nothing and you're not really planning on doing poetry, but some nice poetic sentences comes to mind, write it down. Write it down quickly, even if it's half of it, but it's beautiful, write it down. And then when you're in the mood some other time, you make the second line, you build that. And Donnie Stein says, hey, I have a question. Hey, I too. First thing first, protocol, age, gender, where you tuning in from. That's the least you can offer us, so I know how old you are and what your gender is and what your background is, from where you're living, so that could give me a chance to customize my response. And then I'll definitely read your question. Donnie. And Steven says, okay, talking to Rita. TD says, thank you, quite welcome. Yeah, Donnie, that's you're responding to thought. 19 May, Los Angeles. Thank you for that. Yeah, Donnie says, hey, I have a question. I've had HOCD for a few months. I've got over most of it. I feel way better, but still sometimes I'll look at certain people and my anxiety spike and I start thinking again. Yeah, because you're conditioned to think that way, as this thought was relevant to you, which wasn't at all, but it's a thought, and we're all conditioned to think thought is us falsely. So you've been conditioned to think what thought shows up, which is, as you know, if you don't, you must go to my channel, playlist, intrusive, transient, OCD, comma, HOCD, comma, negative, comma, thoughts. Intrusive, transient, OCD, HOCD, negative thoughts. In that playlist, there may be about 50, 44 videos on HOCD, but 20 of them are numbered, specifically numbered, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and you follow those 20, see those 20, 1 or 2 a day max, and then at the bottom of the description of those videos, I have put links from the presentation and discussions of Dr. Schwartz in regards to You're Not the Brain. Scientifically, they show the relationship between malfunction, signaling malfunction of the brain between frontal cortex and the striatum, which is a center where reward center and goal-seeking center and habit center is located. And you'll see how it works and what the malfunction is all about, that brain malfunctions and thoughts are irrelevant and how to deal with them. So I've explained all that. In that 20 video, you'll definitely get to know the information that you should know. And you'll be cool and collected again, and you remember why these things, because I've explained everything there. Everything that seems to be relevant to help you to understand. And you won't be bamboozled by your thoughts again after that. Once you pay full attention to what the videos are trying to deliver. They're wordy, but don't worry about it. That's me. I like talking and I like to explain. But you need that repetition anyhow to rewire your synaptic neurons. And that glitch is because of the malfunction of the caudate nucleus, which takes over and supposed to shut down the image and thoughts that are irrelevant to you, and it knows it automatically based on your gender and your inner values, but sometimes it malfunctions and it doesn't do the job. So by your behavior, you're supposed to deliver the signal from thalamus and amygdala to frontal cortex when caudate nucleus is not working properly. And your behavior would be you recognize these intrusive thoughts and you diss them, find them irrelevant because you recognize that they're intrusive thoughts, and you say, these are thoughts, it's not me. I'm not thoughts, thoughts is not me. This is brain, I'm not the brain, brain is not me. You recognize that this is not you, it's thought, it's a different system. It's irrelevant to the me, the persona. It's a thought, it's an apparatus, it's a feature. But we've been taught to think that think and thoughts that show up is me. It's not. It's totally garbage. 80, 90,000 thoughts a day show up, and all of them are intrusive. That's not your thinking. That's just thought popping up. You got to learn how to deal with them, and it's explained in all those 20 videos, and you'll be fine. And also Dr. Phillipson, Dr. Jane Weiner, and Dr. Schwartz, their work and their links are there. You can watch them and get educated, and then you know what this is. This is a glitch. It's got nothing to do with your gender. A thought cannot change your gender, so be calm. Stephen says, things are beginning to open up here in LA. I'm so used to this lockdown. I think it will take a while for things to begin feeling normal for most people. Yeah, the most dangerous one to me is when they want to, if they so want to mandatory vaccinate people. That is something that I'm totally against. And here in Canada, we have petition going around to the government to make sure that we will not adopt such a practice. At the moment, there is no such a process or such a suggestion, but we just want to make sure, and it remains to be seen what kind of condition U.S. will have, and who's behind all these mandatory vaccination ideas and nonsense. And Donna says, Donna started Stephen. Donna says Melbourne opened up 14 days ago and it's back like before. The CCP virus seems like we have a hangover. Huh. Donnie Stein says, I have here in Los Angeles, I live here in Los Angeles, and I actually tested positive for COVID and dealing with that. Ah, yeah, there's no doubt that there is a virus. But the idea of having mandatory vaccination, that's full of holes in it. Because whoever wants to vaccinate, vaccinates. Whoever doesn't, doesn't. Because I think there's something more to that. And there are lots of videos out there that you guys can search and find out. Researchers and they, calling lots of people as if they have it, but they didn't really. So there is something going on more than what we see, I think. I may be wrong, who knows? But everyone has to do their own research on these sort of things. Steven says, I won't get the vaccine. If I'm required, I'll just forget a note. Fortune note. And that I got it. Yeah. I don't like to get the vaccine either. Mehran, I've been paying attention to the chat and haven't looked at you. Nice haircut. You look like a lot younger. Yeah, yeah. There's nothing up there right now. It's not the haircut. It's a it's a vacuum. That's what I said. My son and I were laughing our heads up when he was shaving all my hair and just couldn't stop him. We just it was just fun, man. We couldn't stop laughing, and so one moment I said, look, this is okay, but it was perfect half an hour ago. Now it's something all different. And Steven says, I think the same, Aaron. I refuse to believe the media. Yeah, there's some fishy going on. Donnie says, personally, I know everyone's case is different, but it hasn't been that bad for me. Mild fever and body aches, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. Definitely not getting the vaccine. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Sagata says, male 31, India, one of two. All right. So, sir, earlier I went back to my ex several times. Earlier over phone several times earlier over phone messages and email. I see. Almost 6 times. But she rejected each time. I don't understand. Oh, you mean you contacted her by phone and by message and email, and she rejected each time. So I'm not into it anymore. Yeah, you shouldn't be. 6 times, for heaven's sake. I think you forgot that there is an ugly stick. Go get your motorcycle helmet if you have one and get ready, because that wasn't a good thing you did. 6 times telling her what? Please come back? Why? Forget it. If a woman doesn't want to be with you, you should never want to be with her, because the first prerequisite for a relationship to work is that 2 people really want each other. If she doesn't want you, why should you want her? Doesn't matter. You're trying to fulfill your desire, but you're not focusing on what kind of relationship, what kind of compatibility you have. If right off the bat she doesn't want to be with you, or she broke up with you, no longer want to be with you, so that disqualifies her, and you should be able to do that. Not to call her and say, oh yeah, let's. Anyhow, That's good. That's good. Rita says, Mehran, maybe dazzle us with your Halloween wig collection. I don't have any. I don't have any Halloween wig collection. I have my riding helmets or motorcycle helmet or this or my bicycle helmet, but that's as best as I can do. And Donna says, Stephen, we got Vegemite. Don't need the vaccine. What's Vegemite? Our wildlife is deadlier than the CCP virus. Yeah, you guys have snake in the streets, don't you? I mean, I don't mean to be disrespectful. I didn't mean it in a bad way. I meant because I have some Australian friends, and they say to me that when they ride their horses or in some parts of the country, the snakes are there, and they pass by, and you go by, and and not that it's all over the place. So, what is Vegemite? Let me see. Boy, I'm pooped. Yep. Vegemite is a thick, dark brown Australian food spread made from leftover brewers' yeast extract with various vegetables and spice additives. It was developed by, so what is it good for? It was developed by Krill Callister in Melbourne, Victoria. Yeah, so what is it good for? It's just a spread for bread, yeah? So what's the association with CCP virus? Donna, educate us. What's going on? Our wildlife is deadlier than the CCP virus. We got Vegemite. Maybe that's... Steven says, that's funny. Should have put your haircut on the live stream. Maybe. But, Sagota says 2 of 2. But sometimes I have a feeling, what if she wants to come back after a year or two? That's tough luck. You move on with your life, do whatever you're supposed to do. If she wanted to come back ever, then you'll decide if you've got something better going on for you, or you would take her back. But you're not going to hang around and wait around and see if she would want to. What if she doesn't? Which obviously 6 times you try, she says no. So you just move on with your life, and we cross that bridge when we get to it. If she comes back in a certain way, then you'll decide then. You have a conversation with her. And then, should I ever take into account, as she rejected all the 6 times, that too is insulting to me? No, it's not insulting to me. It was silly of you to try when you've just broken up. Why should you try again? And why 6 times? Maybe once, maybe. And she said, no, that's it. Why you keep giving chance? When you keep giving a chance to someone for free, always there, then they will lose respect for you, as if you just don't matter. You should have moved on, never contacted her again, and let her deal with her life, and you deal with your life, and see what the future holds. That's all. And Stephen says, I'm talking to a few girls at work and playing it slow. I took your advice to not be aggressive and give as much attention as they give me. I've noticed each week I become closer and more comfortable with them. Just going to keep this same pace and see what happens. Yeah. When you really feel it, that would be when she also feels it. And you can ask for tea or coffee or something casually if it comes up. Nothing as a date looking thing, but until you're certain, and for that you got to be patient. Nothing happens if it doesn't happen. There are other women, so be cool about it. Yeah, she said it in an insulting tone. That teaches you a lesson that don't go after someone that has broken up for you with you. But now that you got it, then don't go for more. And don't worry, she's not coming back. If she does, then you can say no, I'm not interested. Why? Because you've gone forward and you've met another girl. So move on. Donna says, yes, we are never more than 3 feet away from our wildlife. Vegemite is our cure, all for everything. Cure all for everything, not just a bread spread. Really, like it actually does work for some stuff because it says it's yeast and spices and vegetables and stuff. So it's not a medicine, but it's a goodie. Steven says, I've never heard of Vegemite, just looked it up, and it has been banned in the USA. Oh, okay. Steven says, can you send me a jar of Vegemite, Lord? And Rita says, Donna, I guess like Vicks Vapor Rub. Oh, yeah. For Caribbean folks, or chicken soup, etc. Mythology ingest. Yeah, possibly. Sagata says, seems like I need a dose of your stick. Oh yeah, I told you it's right here. Why do I keep thinking about this shit each day? Because you're a guy and you like women and you think that's gonna solve your problems, whatever it is. Listen, a relationship is a relationship. It's not a solution to your life. So if you think of it that way, you will always want to go back to your ex. Because, oh, there's a solution. No, she's not a solution. She's just a human being, a biological entity, has the same needs as you do and same challenges and same things she has to do every day. Wash up, clean up. She's not angelic that you've made her to be. But when you guys hit it off on consciousness level, then the relationship can take form. Otherwise, the rest of it is just your lust and pursuing desire, fulfilling desire with pleasure, which fluffs your ego and you feel good about yourself. But everything else is still the same. Responsibility, you got to work, you got to do all this, all remain the same. So it's not a solution. And if you look at it that way, then you'll be fine to move on and let it go. But if you think it's a solution, it will be hard. Then you keep calling her as if that's going to solve whatever it is that you haven't handled in your life. And Donna says to Rita, yeah, mate, it fixes cars, health conditions, keeps keeps drop beers. What? Drop beers away? Drop beers away? I don't know what that is. But it's funny anyhow. And Rita says, Steve, you can find it in specially import sections of the market. Gavin says, Mehran, do you think working 18 hours a day is good? No. I mean, after getting 6 hours sleep and then go for it. A lot of people say working long hours is bad, but then you have people like Elon Musk who does it. Well, Elon Musk does it to send rockets to the moon. He's not working by the hour and then 6 hours sleep and do it again. And he's got enough money to have his exercise and takes vacation if he has to and eat good and nutrition, everything is ready for it. But someone who has to work 18 hours a day and then prepare all these things for himself by himself or by herself, that's not going to be leaving much time to rest and recuperate. And so that's a different lifestyle, and it's a different man, and it's not good for him either. You know, it's not good for anybody. It does bring lots of results. My son worked so hard when he started his, his work. He worked very hard, like pretty much 24/7. Hardly slept. He was working very hard, and it brought him success. Huge success. But maybe sometimes one has to do that for maybe, I don't know, a couple of years. But if you want to do that all the time, eventually you burn out. So I don't recommend it. 18 hours is too much if it's supposed to be your lifestyle. No matter who does it, you're still not going to be good. And Gavin says, maybe it's wrong day to ask you this question. You're trying, yeah. Well, on any day, it's a it's a wrong day to ask me that question. 18 hours a day, forget it. There's no reason for it, unless you're starving and you got to work 18 hours to get some bread. But otherwise, no. Gavin says, you're so right. It's time for what? For a hot maid. Well, go for it. I can't afford it. And Gavin says, I agree with you on that. Thank you for your advice. My pleasure. Guys, we're 48 minutes. Oh, wow, this is going slow tonight, isn't it? So I just want to fall over, just, I don't know. Oh, sorry about that. For a second, I thought I'm alone. All right. You know, if I had my other chair here for this live stream, I would probably be asleep by now. The comfy one. And David says, adios. Adios, David. Have a good evening. We're going to be going soon in about 10 minutes. Gavin says, I can't either. Lol. Was just joking. Yeah. Sagota says, are you still going for the walk tonight? Are you kidding me? Or maybe I'll go from this room to the other room. Walk from this room. Nikki says, you're just so tired. That's why a minute feels like an hour. Yeah, it does. I'm slow. I hope you get the rest you need. Oh, yeah. I look forward to have an orange after the live stream. You know how little things can make you really happy? Like, you got to focus on little things that can make you happy. Like an orange, like an apple, like a tea. Then there will be so many different scenarios that you can be happy during that day. And at the same time, I feel like having an orange. Gavin says, Mehran, we let you go today. Go get some sleep. No more questions. Yeah, okay. And Donna says, go to bed. The Shelia might make thunder. What is Shelia? Nikki says, Gute Nacht, Mehran. Gute Nacht dir. Dobre vice. Bonsoir. And everything else. Oyas minasai. Donna says, with your own not. You cheeky girl. I didn't know that's what it means. Okay, I'm too gone to respond to that, and too tired to sleep, I guess. Oh, I used the word tired. I never used the word tired. I didn't mean it because I had no other word. Uh, get some rest, Mehran. Good night. Good night, guys. All right, guys. It's time to say, okay, Rita says hugs and regeneration. Oh, thank you very much. I can take a hug. I'd want that. Gavin says, by the way, where is Rolling On? Yeah, Rolling On was here, but oh, maybe it wasn't here. Yeah, it's not here tonight. Nikki says, haha, da, dobre spavaje Mehran. Spavaj. I don't know that the meaning of that spavaj, but большое спасибо. Большое спасибо. What was it that I wanted to say? Hang on. Let me see if I can remember. No, I can't remember the word. but but anyhow, good night, everyone. And I have to say, I love you all. Thank you very much for being here, giving me the opportunity to share a thing or two with you while I have sleep. And look forward to talk to you again tomorrow or whenever. In the meantime, be good to yourself, to the others, and Oyasmin Asai. That means good night.